Sup, NBA players? This is NBA Talk 24/7. Yes, I play Madden and I play 2K, but I will not lie. Madden lately has been getting kind of boring, so I've taken my skills to 2K. And 2K this year, I am good at it, but I really do not like the game because of stuff like that. You have wide open missed dunks. That's Andre Iguodala. I mean, that dude's a top dunker, and that man is missing wide open dunks. It really makes no sense. And with this game, really, it's fun, but at the same time, I really hate it. So it's just really awkward because I hate this game, but at the same time, I love this game. So it doesn't make much sense now, but I actually will start doing more 2K videos because 2K, for me, it is a nice change of pace from Madden. I mean, it's more fast paced. You get more action, excitement, and I always wanted to record gameplay for NBA 2K because it just seems fun to just play it and like watch it. Honestly, I mean, and it's just a nice little change up. But I would tell you, I have a real tough Dwight Howard right there. He got stripped, but my Dwight Howard is very tough. And I had this play I run. I think it's called Nets Rev Entry. I'm not sure, but it is a tough play to stop, and that's basically the only thing that I do in this game. It just feed Dwight Howard, as the Lakers should do in real life, but instead they don't. And yes, I do not play 2K very sim. I cherry pick. I do every tactic in the game to win. So if you are offended, I am sorry, but that is just how I play 2K. I like cherry pick. I run these plays, so that's just how I play. And Kobe, unfortunately, you cannot use him in NBA 2K right now because he has a little torn heel, and obviously NBA 2K would not allow you to use injured players. That is one feature I hate because, I mean, I understand you're like trying to be realistic, but if I feel like using Kobe, I should be able to use my man Kobe. I mean, I honestly think that I paid $60. I should not be, I mean, I should be able to use whoever I want, honestly. That is just one thing I honestly think. And this jump ball crap that NBA 2K have, it makes no sense. And the fact that Kobe Bryant can stand dunk in traffic, I mean, it is so many things wrong with this game. But at the same time, it makes it very fun to have Kobe stand dunk and do fake crap like that. I mean, a Eurostep reverse dunk, like, luckily they got a charge, but y'all have not seen the fakest things yet. I mean, Howard, that dude does whatever he wants in this game, and Kobe, I don't know how he misses a wide open mid-range. I mean, that's that man's shot. But the Nuggets, they are pretty solid because, I mean, they are a good 2K team because they have athletic people. And yes, this game is old because you have Kobe playing, you got Nilo playing. So yes, this game is about maybe a month old. So that is why you have Nilo and you have Kobe both in the game. But Chandler, he's pretty solid. But, I mean, he's just Wilson Chandler. I mean, not as a diss, but Wilson Chandler, he's a solid NBA player, but at the same time, he doesn't do anything great. And as you see, my Dwight Howard, he's just tough as hell. And this guy with his long outlet passes, and he just keeps going. But that's embarrassing. That guy hit the back of the backboard, not making any sense. And Steve Nash, I mean, if the Lakers actually use them like this, just keep feeding Dwight Howard and take the ball out of Kobe's hands. That's all they have to do in real life. And it's a shame that Howard and Powell are not just ran the way that Mike D'Antoni should. I mean, Mike D'Antoni, he is a horrible coach. I would be the first to tell you. At first, I thought people were just hating on him because he's not Phil Jackson. So I thought, yo, people just hating on him. But that dude, honestly, is very horrible. And it makes me mad because he ran his players in the ground. It is no way you should have Kobe playing the whole game back-to-back nights. Like, Kobe was averaging the most minutes. As you see Steve Nash hitting that buzzer beating three, and then he ran Nash in the ground. I mean, he does not respect his players. It is really a shame because, I mean, Kobe, I mean, no one, I mean, people hate Kobe, and you have people who are fans of him. But at the same time, unless you're really a sick person, you don't like to see Kobe Bryant go out like that. I mean, I understand if you like to see him lose, but to see him just like not even able to stand, it's just not good for the league, honestly, because Kobe, he's Kobe. I mean, Kobe's Kobe, but to have Steve Blake out, to have freaking Steve Nash out, to have Meeks out, their players are so banged up, you don't even know who these guys are. I mean, the box score last night, it said Andre Goodlock, Derek Morris, I think that's his name. I don't even know who these guys are, but like Goodlock, no. He was the, I think, D-League MVP, I think, but it's the D-League. I mean, not as a diss, but it is no thing close to the NBA. The D-League is like a glorified, I guess, college league, but at the same time, I honestly do not know. It's just people that dominate in there do not dominate in the NBA. That is all I'll say. It's this guy, his name was Trey Johnson. He was on the Lakers too. He averaged, I think, like 35, but couldn't get any time on the Lakers. And then like Goodlock, I think he averaged like 21, 5, and 3, like just like crazy numbers. But it's the NBA. I mean, it is a really step up from the college. Then you got the D League. Then you got like overseas. The competition is just so much better in all these places. And honestly, I'm crazy. I had LA in 6. I honestly did, because I thought that they still had Steve Nash. I didn't know he was so banged up. I thought maybe he was like just resting until the playoffs. I did not know he was so banged up that he had to get shots in his back just to be able to play. I did not know that. I did not know that Meeks was banged up. I didn't know I didn't know that Steve Blake was banged up. I did not know all these players were so banged up and hurt. And it just shows that, I think Noah, he was talking about Tom, I think last name, like Thibodeau. I don't know. But it was like last week, he said he's a like great coach, but he does not know how to rest his players. And not to start anything, but I mean, Noah, he has plantar fasciitis. I think that's how you say it now. So it just shows that, like, resting players, I mean, Eric Spoelstra, like Greg Pop, like every great coach knows how to like rest their players. I mean, like, you got like Doc Rivers and like KG and Pierce still playing, and like they aren't banged up. So it just shows that you have to rest your players and take care. And Mike D'Antoni, I mean, you don't pick Mike D'Antoni to run the Lakers. I mean, Steve Nash, they're an old team. You don't run and gun with old teams. That just doesn't make any sense. I mean, like the Nuggets, they're a young team, so it makes sense to just run and gun. But the Lakers, they're a very old team. So why are you picking Mike D'Antoni? And I honestly think that was a huge fail. And the fact that Kobe tried his best, and it was worse than he was on the 05 team where he had Smush Parker and Mim. He had to do everything on his own, and everyone else just watch. I mean, Mike D'Antoni, I honestly blame all Mike D'Antoni. I mean, Kobe, he was jacking a lot, but at the same time, I don't know if he had to. I mean, he still had Nash for about, I don't even know how many games Nash played. Nash, it always seemed, was like always hurt, so I don't blame him for jacking because he really had nobody else. And Howard, I'm still not sold on if he is a franchise player. Some people say he's not, but on the Magic, he led his team into the finals and averaged like 22 and 15. I mean, people are so just quick to like knock that behind because I mean, Howard, he was a franchise player. He was like dominant. He was. But I'm not sure if it's his fault that he's not dominant in Mike D'Antoni's system. I mean, he's really like I don't think Dwight Howard is a like pick and roll player. I think he's more of a like post up, like that's the player I think he is. I mean, he's not like a stat type. He's too big to play the role that Stat played, to play the role that who played Stat. Honestly don't know who else besides Stat ran that. It was pretty much Stoudemire and then Steve Nash, but I'm really not sold, but I'm not sold on like both sides. At the same time, I think he still can be, but at the same time, seeing him in like game 1, no, it was game 2. I honestly like do not know, but he had 16 and 9, the same stats as Steve Blake. I mean, Steve Blake dropped 16, and you're supposed to be asking for a max contract, and the most you can put up is 16 and 9. But at the same time, last night he had, I think, 25 and 12. So he shows like flashes, but I'm not sold either way because he was a dominant big man. I mean, it seems like just last year he was dropping 45 on the Hawks. So it just, I don't know if it's the wrong system. I mean, Mike D'Antoni isn't known for having like dominant centers. So I really am not sure. And at the same time, Powell, I mean, the last like 4 games, Powell was getting like 15, 20, and 10. So I honestly do not know. And it was just a failed season to have the Lakers just mess up. And Kobe, I mean, he's still like dropping 30 every night, and he honestly should not. You have Wade, he's what? I mean, like last night, he had 4 points, 11 assists, and like 4 steals. Like, I mean, he had 4 points. Wade is just taking it easy, and he just scores when needed. He doesn't have to feel like he has to drop 30. I mean, it's not like he feels like. Kobe seriously had to. And Wade, it just shows that your team can really help you to play longer or like play easier. I mean, Kobe is just like taking the hardest way possible to play. Like, I mean, that man's playing the whole game, averaging 30. He should not be trying that hard at 35. Honestly, it should not be that way. But it's really a shame. And then the Nuggets, they are a really, really good team, but Andre is not aggressive enough to take them anywhere in the playoffs. I mean, it's cool to be like a team player and pass and score, but Iggy should be their star player, and it's not their star player. It's Ty Lawson. I mean, that's not a knock to Ty Lawson, but he's not that dude, honestly. I mean, in the playoffs, you need that dude to like lift you up. And the Warriors, they have Steph Curry. I mean, like the Spurs, they have either Tony Parker or like Tim Duncan. I mean, the Heat, James and Wade. The Knicks, they got like Melo and Smith. So it really shows that you can't get by with this team play. Man, like, you just can't get it done, honestly, because no team except the 04 Pistons, I believe, had this team play scheme where it was just like whoever has it can do it, because it just comes a time where the clock is like ticking down, and you need a like person like my man Chris Paul to like shove Tony Allen off him and then to hit a game winner. So you can't really have Iggy on that team. I mean, he's very, very good, but Iggy just is not a star player, and it's really, really sad because Iggy, he can easily average like 25 easily. I mean, he can shoot, he can handle, he can drive. I mean, he can pass, like post up. I mean, Iggy has all these skills. He's like a more athletic Joe Johnson type kind of, but like both him and Johnson just are not aggressive enough, honestly. I mean, Johnson, he used to average, I think, like 25 points when he was on the Hawks, I think, like 1 year, but they both can score, but they choose to not to. They choose to pass. I'm not really sure. They must just not have it, because you can't be a star player and average the same points as a role player. If you're a star player, Iggy, you can't average. I think he only averages like 12 points, and for Iggy, that's crazy. It seems like he just plays in slow motion and just lets him do. I don't like the way he plays. It just seems like he can score, but he just chooses not to, and he really should be scoring more if they're trying to make a run. I mean, their dude was him right there, my main man Nilo, but he's out, so someone else has to be that dude. And like, Nilo's nice and all, but I don't think he is that dude at the same time, because it is one thing to hit game winners in the like regular season and score all these points, but a lot of players like my man like Carlos Boozer, like Joe Johnson, but Boozer, I will stop talking about him because he has stepped it up in this postseason. He, I think last night like 22 and 16, so he really has came to play. But on the same side, my man Johnson, he had a wide open three-pointer when they were down 3, and he passed it off to like he just stood there, waited, and then waited for, I think, Darren Williams on the screen, and then it hit him. Then he ended up doing a layup. They wasted like 15 seconds, and I'm like, Joe Johnson, what are you doing? He has a wide open 3, and they're down 3, and he didn't even look to shoot. It just shows that, I mean, you can hit all these fancy shots in the like regular season, and then playoffs, people get tense and freeze up. It is honestly why I did not. I mean, people kept saying, "Oh, Joe Johnson's clutch. Joe Johnson's clutch." I sounded really, really salty, but I kept saying he's not going to do that in the playoffs, and everyone kept calling me a hater. But it's honestly true, because that is not what he does in the playoffs. So, all right, now, if you have not been like keeping track, my man Howard, oh man, Kobe, he got fouled out. My man Howard, he probably has about like 48 or like 50, but Howard, like, he is really, really tough to stop in this game, and he's very, very crazy because he can just take off from wherever he wants. It really does not make any sense that he is that good. Nobody in basketball is that good, but on this game, Howard, he's a problem, and we are trying to hold on. I call timeout to avoid getting an 8-second call, and then I hit Howard, and honestly, like, that is just fake as hell. I mean, I do a pump fake, I run through him and just take off like that. That is fake as hell, but at the same time, it's fun. And then you have Iggy, he does a spin dunk and then misses it, but my man McGee cleans it up, hits a like 3-point play. So now we're only up 2, but I just throw a bomb to my man Pau Gasol, and then he gets fouled. So like you already know, Pau, he got the same like free throws since 2K9. So like you already know, hits them both. And this is where I am talking about. Like the Nuggets, they just do not have that dude. And Iggy, he does not do that in real life, I'll promise you. If he did, they would be beating the Warriors. If he just took over in the games, and that is what he needs to do in real life. But Howard, as you see with that pass to my man Earl Clark, Howard is very, very tough, and surprisingly, he has handles. He's honestly very, very fake. And Iggy, he gets wrapped up by Steve Nash, which really makes no sense, and he loses the tip, and then Pau Gasol gets fouled. Do not ask me how Steve Nash beats Andre Iguodala in a jump ball. Please do not ask me how that happens. It just shows how fake 2K is. I mean, if that's real life, Steve Nash will not even jump. Honestly, I promise you, Steve Nash will not even jump. He might like pull the same trick that like Nate Robinson pulled, where he like tried to steal after getting tipped, but he's not that fast anymore, so he probably won't. I mean, he has zero chance of winning a tip over Andre Iguodala, honestly. But in this game, he out jumped him. So it just shows how fake that NBA 2K is. And it shows why at points I love it, and then at points I really hate it. Because that's funny, but it would not have been funny if it happened against me. So it just shows, and it just shows that, you know, both sides, how one, like 2K is fun, and then like one more guy, 2K is fake. Right there, my man Pau just kept falling out of bounds. And right here, yes, that is who has the ball. Kobe's fouled out. I got Howard. He has the whole team on him. I don't care. He picks it up and then just takes off on a dunk. Yes, that's what Howard does. Yes, that's what he does in 2K. He does not do that in real life, but that's what he does in 2K. And then Iggy, as you see, he just like blows it on a wild and layup, and then that is the ball game. I hope you enjoyed this game, and I will be breaking down more 2K videos, so look forward to them. But I'm not retired from Madden, so you do not have to worry about that. Thanks for watching, and Howard did drop 54 as I'm about to show you. Thanks for watching.